One person.
Faster, faster, faster.
1 year.
We're just getting started. You got 364 days after this.
One amazing transformation. I'm Chris Powell.
I'm Heidi Powell.
And this is what we do.
Come on, throw those punches.
You had the potential to be great. And what you don't get is that you still have the potential to be great.
Choose to be different. Choose to change.
Everything you've got, that's what it takes. Go!
Take control of your life.
You got to get to the reasons why, because until you find them, you will not transform. What you're about to see will be the most important year in one person's life. What do you want?
I want to be happy.
Welcome to your new life.
Tonight, on Extreme Weight Loss, meet Robert and Raymond.
When we were 13 years old, our mom was taken to prison. And my dad packed up all the stuff, left, and we were there on our own. First thing that crossed my mind was that we were all going to be taken away and separated.
Abandoned by both parents, these twins lived with an extraordinary secret.
As long as we were in school, no one ever pays attention to you. So we all just made sure we didn't talk about it.
But at close to 400 pounds each, they can't hide anymore. Lucky for them, Chris is about to turn their world around.
You ready?
With the help of Kobe Bryant.
Hey, where you guys going, man?
What's up, Coach?
And the Los Angeles Lakers.
We figured we play a little ball.
Being here today was one of the best days of my life.
But when the twins are asked to confront their past, will they be able to move forward?
Men make babies and take care of them.
All leading up to one of the most remarkable final weigh-ins in extreme weight loss history. This is the house that we grew up in. I mean, it's been 8-9 years since we've even been back to over here. We saw drugs come in and out of that house, guns come in and out of that house, you know, criminals, just a lot of bad people that our family was involved with, you know, come in and out of this house. This house has been raided while we were in it as kids. This is where we was at when my mom went to prison, and we had to pay all the bills and take care of our sisters and make sure we got to school every day. That was the house that all that stuff happened in. I'm Robert, and I'm Raymond. We're 26 years old, and we are together approximately 400 pounds overweight. When we were 13 years old, our mom was taken to prison. My sister Ashley was 10 and Danielle was 7. My dad packed up all the stuff, left, and we were forced to raise our sisters on our own. That's where our dad left us the first time, flipping us off as he drove off, and we were standing in the front yard of that house. We were there on our own, left to figure it out by ourselves. We were still pretty young, and the first thing that crossed my mind was that we were all going to be taken away and separated. And I didn't want that. But that's the first thing that crossed my mind, and I remember we got the girls together and we sat down and made sure that we knew that we weren't going to tell anybody that it happened and that no one was at our house except for us. We had to go to school every day. As long as we were in school, no one ever pays attention to you. You get good grades and no one needs to talk to your parents. So we all just made sure we didn't talk about it, so that way they didn't come take us. You know, 2 or 3 different times we didn't have our own place, and we'd have to crash out in a car or something and wake up and go to school the next morning. You know, it's never fun to sleep in your car, but it was what we had, and we had to do it. We just kept it to ourselves and handled it the best way we could. So we made sure the girls didn't have any trouble. We got jobs, mowing yards, and we paid for the bills. We bought groceries. We took them to and from school. We just did everything that your parents are supposed to do for you, we did for them. So that way we could stay together. We faced most of the hardships ourselves, so they didn't have to. We had to take care of our family, and we forgot to take care of ourselves, and that's the point where we started to gain all of our weight. Come in. What's up? What's up? Our relationship with our mom, it's always been good.
You know, she made some mistakes in her life, but she still was always able to teach us how to be men.
What are you doing?
Just got off work. Thought I'd stop by, see what you guys are doing.
She's out of prison for a couple of years. She's clean and sober, and she's working. She has her own place. So now that she's on her feet, she's taking care of herself, we could actually depend on her to be there for us. And our relationship couldn't be any stronger than it is now.
I brought this picture you guys asked about, but it's the only one I could find of her dad.
Of our dad?
Yeah.
That's him?
Yeah.
You didn't have none, like, of us with our dad?
No.
Just because we never took any, or just because he was never around to take any?
We took a few, but we lost a lot of your guys' baby pictures. That was just one we hung on to.
Not having a dad there really affected us, because we wanted to have our dad to go to our ball games and to go to our graduation and to talk to about girls or whatever, and he wasn't there for anything. If the time ever came to where we wanted to confront our dad, you know, it would be a time where we looked better, so that way we didn't look so bad.
Baby, you don't look bad. You don't look bad, okay? Don't ever say that.
We want him to see us
The best we are.
Yeah.
You guys are the best no matter what. You understand that? I mean it. Okay, don't ever think like that, please. I know you want to lose weight. I know you want to get healthy and stuff, but you don't worry about what he thinks ever. Do you understand? Or anybody else, okay? You're the best thing that ever happened to me. You know that, honestly. Without you, I would be nothing.
It would just make us feel better. Then he can see what he missed out on and what he gave up. His size is because, I might be feeling down on myself or something, and I'll basically almost talk him into eating with me, so I don't feel so bad about it. And in return, making him more unhealthy and more, then I do the same thing with him. I don't even like looking at myself like this. I feel like people just stare at me or stare at us, and it's just an uncomfortable feeling to have this much weight and this much extra body on you, really. I just don't want to be like this anymore. Whenever we can, we work out, we do what we can and what we know how to do. We would always try to escape from our home life. We found a family in our team, so we always just get together with some friends and played ball. Keep your arms tight.
I'm here in Monette, Missouri right now. Raymond and Robert, they've been coming here to the community center every single day over the last couple months because they want this so bad. They've taken their own reins on the transformation. They are totally set on changing their lives. All right, here we go.
7, 8, keep going. 9.
Now that's what I like to see. Right there. Woo, ready? What's going on, boys?
Oh my goodness.
I get 2 of you this time. What are you thinking? What are you feeling?
I'm shocked.
I love the fact that you decided to take on the journey already. By yourselves, with or without me. And that's why I'm here right now. Because Robert, Raymond.
I'm Raymond. I'm Robert.
Give me 365 days. I'll get it right one of these times. I'm choosing you for the transformation of your life.
I was completely shocked. I was surprised and excited and pumped. Yeah, we're ready to go.
As I was driving into town, I saw the slogan from Monette, Missouri. It says Pride and Progress. And the 2 of you are going to be shining examples of the pride and progress of this town, Monette, Missouri. Come with me. Got something to show you. What these boys were able to do is nothing short of remarkable. Somehow, without any proper guidance, they were able to step up and be the parents for their sisters that they never had. They got them up, they fed them, they clothed them, they raised them all the way to adulthood without any proper role model of their own. These boys are going to be the epitome of pride and progress, and a shining example for their entire town.
When Chris Powell walked in with my twins, I was so happy for them. I'm so proud of them.
My brothers are my fathers. That's it. Like, they have been there for me since day one. They have taken care of us and have taken care of me, has spoiled me to no end, and I'm going to support them no matter what.
So take it in.
This is awesome. Just seeing everybody here, it's freaking amazing. Thanks everyone for coming. We love you guys and for standing behind us and supporting us through this journey we're going on. And thanks for coming. There was a bunch of people, more people than I expected to see in there. Friends and our family. And even though, they want it for us, they want us to be happy and healthy. But, regardless, they support us no matter what. And it's awesome to know that.
What they're about to do takes a ton of courage. I mean, they're about to weigh in front of all of you. That's something that we all like to keep personal to ourselves because we place so much meaning on it. And on top of that, you're going to take your shirts off. And why? Because we're not hiding anymore. How do you guys feel about that?
Scared, yeah. A little nervous. I'm actually really scared to take my shirt off in front of everybody.
Time to take pride in who you are.
When Chris told me to take my shirt off to weigh in, I was embarrassed to take my shirt off in front of everybody. And just kind of listening to him talking, hearing everyone supporting us and cheering for us, it made it a lot easier.
You ready? Step on the scale.
Raymond definitely deserves this. He deserves this more than anyone I know. He goes out of his way to help anyone and everyone. I know that he's embarrassed to show his body right now, but I was happy that he did it because that's his first stepping stone.
Raymond, you weigh 378 pounds. Robert, you weigh 381 pounds. So what do you say in the next 90 days, the 2 of you lose 200 pounds together? What do you say to that?
Yeah, we got it. When Chris told us that we were going to lose 200 pounds, that's what we talked about. That's what we wanted to lose anyways. We wanted to lose 100 apiece at least in 3 months. So we were excited about that.
Pride and progress. That's our motto this year, right?
Yes! I feel I'll probably lose a little bit more just because I'm a little bit better. I mean, it's just face the facts here, I mean, I do admit I'm going to have to step up my game because he's pretty good, but I'm going to blow past him.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
So your transformation begins.
It's on. Hey, I'm gonna get him. It ain't gonna work.
Coming up today, you're gonna hold the other's fate in your hands. Start over. The pressure gets to Robert.
I don't want to keep shooting. I just want to switch him spots. I felt like it was my fault that he was in pain because I couldn't finish what I was supposed to do. Pulling up to hand shoots was pretty crazy just from seeing the show and actually being the one pulling up in the car and walking into the building. That whole experience was pretty cool.
Welcome to the University of Colorado Anschutz Health and Wellness Center.
Pretty legit, yeah.
I mean, this place is the top-notch facility in the world when it comes to obesity research, weight loss, and transformation. I want to know what you guys have always dreamed about doing, but you could never do because of your weight.
To get in shape, be healthy, you know, learn how to change what got us here in the first place.
How about emotionally? What is it that you guys really need to work on?
Like our dad, maybe. All the hate, I guess, all the anger that we have towards him.
Would you believe that it might be beneficial for the two of you, not for him, but for yourselves, to confront him?
It's hard for me. I mean, the last thing he said was that we wasn't even people to him. Those kids in Missouri are not even mine.
I would always wish he would show up when we were adults so I could hit him. But I don't even want to hit him anymore. I just want him to know how bad he hurt us.
And I get that you want to write him off, but at the same time, it sounds like he still has an impact in your life. I mean, when their father wrote them off, that is the unfinished business in their past that they need to come to terms with. They need closure on that if they're going to move forward in their transformation. It's crazy. You will feel a huge weight lifted when all that is said and done. You can finally close that chapter in your life and you can move forward.
The thought of confronting my dad really scares me. I feel still really mad at him. I almost feel like I don't want to meet him, but I know, you know, being here and being with all these great people makes you believe you can do anything.
Let's do this. Let's go get some sleep. Big day tomorrow. Robert and Raymond, they're almost 400 pounds each. They've done quite a bit of damage to their bodies over the years. So they're going to go through a whole battery of medical exams just to make sure that they are totally ready for this process. And of course, for the next 3 months, they're going to be working out every single day with me. Today's the day of Raymond and Robert's fight or flight workout, and I'm bringing them back to the basketball court. I want to see this dynamic between Raymond and Robert. Are they super competitive? Are they always working against each other? Or do they work well as a team, and are they dependent upon each other? While you're each on your own individual journeys, trying to figure out who you are, trying to change your lives, today, you're going to hold the other's fate in your hands. You ready for this?
Yeah.
All right. So here's what you're going to do. One of you has to make 5 free throws in a row. But while one is shooting, the other has to do a continuous circuit of sumo deadlift high pulls, burpees, and ground to overhead with the plate. So as soon as one is done, you're going to switch. This is all about you depending on each other. I mean, this is how to spend your whole life.
But going into that workout, I was so nervous. I mean, my head was just spinning. I didn't know what to even expect. I was so scared because I ain't worked out like this in I don't know how long.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's begin. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. Switch. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, we're not even a minute and a half in. He just sunk 5 free throws. This is ridiculous. Robert, your brother's fate is in your hands. So then Robert steps up. I think Raymond might be 15 reps in on the circuit, and Robert has already sunk his 5 free throws. Jeez. I'm like, oh my gosh. I certainly didn't think through this challenge very well. All right, well, I tell you what. Let's up the ante. Let's go for 10. I still need to see how they are under pressure. Let's exhaust them a little bit. Here we go. 10 free throws isn't that easy. 1.
Growing up, our coach, he was huge on free throws. Basketball, which we love.
That's how we dealt with some of the negative things in our lives, was to be with our friends, listen to music, and play basketball.
9. 10. Switch. I've never seen anything like this.
Okay.
The way the two of you come through for each other, I've never seen anything like this. Honestly, the way these guys are shooting, they should be in the NBA. I mean, it's crazy. They just step up to the line and they start sinking them. There's 7. There's 8. There's 9. Oh, my God. Start over. The pressure gets to Robert. Brother's behind you, man. Here we go. Come on, Robert.
You got it, bro.
Start all over. He could not seem to pull it out. What's going to happen when life puts the pressure on? Because I guarantee you, life is going to put the pressure on. The pressure got to him. He choked on the 10th. I mean, he did that 3 or 4 times. What are you thinking right now?
I don't want him to be back there anymore. I was definitely dying, waiting for Robert, and I'm thinking, man, this guy should be done by now. I don't even know how many rounds I did of that circuit, but I kept getting to 9 and missing. I can't make 10.
You just made 9 in a row?
I don't want to keep shooting. I just want to switch him spots. I felt like it was my fault that he was in pain back there doing the circuits because I couldn't finish what I was supposed to do.
How many times have you been let down in your life, Robert? Well, who let you down?
My dad?
So what are you going to do about it?
Make these?
Here we are again. They're talking about their father. And while it's incredible that the two of them have bonded and they've become so strong because of what happened with their father, at the same time, it's inevitable that they must confront their father in the next 365 days if they're going to move forward with their transformation. Everybody's left you. Your dad, your mom. Come on now. There's 7. You got to come through for your brother now. Don't let him down. There's 8. Don't let your brother down now. You got 2 more. There's 9. Time to come through, Robert. Don't let him down. Boom. 10.
Sorry, dude. I didn't mean to make you stay down there. You got 10. That's all that matters. I finished it. I'm not dead. Because normally you just get mad and stop, dude. You didn't stop. I didn't want to see you stay down there. That's why. Well, you got me out of there. That's for sure. We don't let each other down, though. No matter how long it takes, we're going to get it done.
In my life, I've never seen anything like the dynamic that the two of you have together. It is so unique and it is so special.
And make you proud just as much as we'll make each other proud.
Just let me lead the way, and I'll get you guys wherever you want to go. My goal for the Fight or Flight workout was to see how well they work when the other one's under pressure. You put them together, and I mean, the two of them combined, I mean, I couldn't ask for anything more.
Good job, bro. Proud of you, man. Love you, dude. Love you, too.
Keep it moving now. Here we go, Robert.
The first few weeks of boot camp has been hard.
Breathe now, breathe. There you go. And then just keep going.
It's been an eye-opener to know that we could accomplish these things that we used to just sit there and dream about. You know, dream about going and working out or being able to do this or do that, and to actually be sitting here doing it. It's been amazing.
The one thing I want to focus on in the next 45 days is having Raymond and Robert begin to see themselves as individuals. They wear the same thing all day, every day. And it's time to switch that up. So today I'm going to take them shopping. They have to have their own individual style. I mean, they can't be that identical. And at the same time, I need to be able to tell them apart. You guys need some new clothes. Robert, what's your favorite color?
Blue.
What's your favorite color?
Blue. Blue is actually my favorite color. That's the color that I've always worn. Even as a kid, my mom always had Robert in red and me in blue.
What's your second favorite color?
Black.
What's your second favorite color?
Gray.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So here's the deal. You guys, I don't want to see any more black, all right? You can go with your favorite color. Go with your second favorite color.
We decided that I was going to go for blue and Raymond was going to go for gray. And the blue fits me, and I kind of think it makes my eyes pop a little bit. That's my color right there. It's like getting a new identity, and I love it.
So today Raymond was working out at Red Rocks and he felt a sharp pain in his foot. When I asked him about it, he said he's been dealing with foot pain for the last couple of weeks, but he just didn't want to say anything. Not knowing what it could be, I sent the twins to go see Dr. Holly right away.
Hey!
I'm hoping it's not too serious because an injury to one of these twins, it might bring both of them down.
I'm really struggling through my workouts because they're hurting too bad.
This is where it starts to hurt, down here at the base.
Yeah, that's where it
of your
hurts the
heel?
most, is right on the heel, the very base of it.
Yeah.
I just thought it was from being active, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's getting worse for sure. It's too painful to walk on.
Looking at his feet, I'm pretty concerned.
Coming up.
Hey, where you guys going, man?
It's Kobe, babe.
When Raymond and Robert were growing up with nothing, the only thing that kept them going was pretending that they were one of the Los Angeles Lakers. I sent Raymond to go see Dr. Holly today because he's been complaining about his foot hurting, and he thinks he might have seriously injured it today during a workout at Red Rocks.
I'm really struggling through my workouts because they're hurting too bad. It's too painful to walk on.
Right.
I have to run a lot on the front of my foot because too much pressure on my heel, I'll stop running.
From the exam and from the history that you just gave, I really think this is probably plantar fasciitis. There's a band of tissue that runs from the bottom of the heel kind of up to the toes, connects that, and that can get inflamed, and it can be really, really painful. As you lose weight, there's going to be less pressure on your foot, less inflammation of this band. So while we're doing the ice and we're doing the ibuprofen and lighten your workouts and see if we can get this inflammation to calm down.
Okay.
And see if it can get a little bit better that way.
Plantar fasciitis scared me, but I'm gonna stay focused and keep fighting.
Recently, Raymond's developed a really nasty case of plantar fasciitis in his foot, so unfortunately he's got to be off his feet for the next couple weeks, which gave me a really good idea. This is the perfect opportunity to do a little experiment. I want to separate the two of you. For Robert, we'll lead a high-carbohydrate, low-fat diet, and Raymond is going to go a low-carb, higher-fat diet. Raymond is going to be a lot more sedentary, and then, of course, Robert's going to be more active. Why don't we play around with these two different diets and really see who loses weight more effectively? And I think this will be fun because, like, these are the two biggest diet crazes of our time. You know, there's the low-fat diet craze that was huge in the 70s and 80s and into the 90s. Then all of a sudden it was low carbs, low carbs, low carbs. They're both going to give you results. But I think this is going to be awesome because we can work you guys in two different directions with two different meal plans, and we can see who gets the best results. What do you say?
We'll give it a try. Yeah.
All right, guys. Let the experiment begin.
Because we're identical twins, Chris wanted to kind of, use us as guinea pigs a little bit.
All right, guys. Let's do it.
I know Raymond, and he's going to use his foot as an excuse that that's the only reason why I beat him.
Ready?
Yeah. I can't hold myself back just because he's hurt right now. He needs to push it as hard as he could push, and that I was going to push as hard as I can push and to make sure that we hit that goal.
I want you guys to really start paying attention to how you're feeling and what's going on.
I'm feeling kind of low. The energy, anyways. I'm kind of tired all the time.
Remember, your brain runs off of carbohydrate, so your brain's just not getting the fuel that it needs.
Today's the end of the third day of my no-carb diet. I am beat. Day 5, no carbs is just draining me. It's only like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I feel like I need to go to bed. I would prefer to work out a little bit more and have a higher carb diet, so that way I have the energy to last all day and not be so tired. I just feel like I'm slacking, like if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to. I'm sitting on the sidelines and I'm watching Robert work out, and I feel like I'm going to just do horrible because I'm not working out with him. I feel great. My energy levels up. I'm working out hard every day.
Nice and fast. Attaboy.
It's kind of tough, though, seeing my brother behind me. As you can see, Robert's out here running and exercising, and I'm restricted because of my foot and the low-carb diet. It's taking a lot out of me, so I'm having to do a lot of watching, which is frustrating because I want to be right next to him running and doing all these workouts. I just don't like it. I've been grumpy, and it sucks.
It's funny because over the last 2 weeks, Raymond, even though he's not working out, he looks exhausted all the time. Whereas Robert, he's working out for a couple hours a day, but he's full of energy. All right, right here I've got the numbers over the last 2 weeks. Robert, you lost 14 pounds.
Nice.
Raymond, you lost 13 pounds.
So what you're saying is I did better.
This experiment goes to show that a low-carb diet, it is effective if you're more sedentary. But at the same time, any kind of weight loss program worth its while has got an exercise component included. Proteins and carbs and fats, they're all mandatory for proper nutrition. So we want to make sure that they're included in a proper weight loss regimen. All right, guys, I'm glad we did this. You ready to get back in the gym, throw some iron around?
Let's do it.
All right, guys, let's do it.
I would much rather have lost doing the high-carb diet and working out more because you just feel like crap on the other one. You have no energy. It almost felt like I did whenever I was 400 pounds. But it was cool to find out that our bodies work so similar that even though we were on completely different diet and exercise plans, that we lost exactly the same. The biggest change I've seen in myself over the last 90 days is my confidence is actually coming up way more than it ever has. I've always been in the background. I've always been real kind of shy and quiet and not very talkative, and seeing the things that I'm able to do that I never really thought I could do has actually made me feel more confident, and I'm a badass now, and that's kind of how I feel now. I feel like I can do anything, and it shows with all the work that I've been doing.
So what do you guys think? Think you hit it?
I feel good about it. We did everything that you taught us how to do, so I don't see why we wouldn't have.
All right. Raymond, you want to go first?
Yeah.
For the two of them to lose 200 pounds together, they really need to lean on each other. They need to push each other. And I'm hoping that healthy competition between the two of them is going to drive them to actually hit this goal. Raymond, 90 days ago, you stepped on the scale weighing in at 378 pounds. And I gave the two of you the combined goal to lose 200 pounds over the last 90 days. So when you step on the scale tonight, we're going to see how much you contributed toward that joint goal. I gotta say, I'm a little worried about you, though, because you got the plantar fasciitis just a couple weeks in. You ready? Yeah. Go ahead and step up on the scale.
I know I worked really hard, and I fought through everything, the pain,
the bad days, and I didn't want to let Robert down because I know he was working out really hard, and he was ahead of me because he's usually a little bit ahead of me most of the time. So he always come back to me struggling with whether or not I did enough.
Close.
I know that 97 pounds isn't the end because I have a lot more that I'm going to lose, and I'm going to work harder to make my goals that I set for myself.
That leaves a few extra pounds on the table for you to pick up.
I felt like I came short. Any other time I would just give up or like feel sorry for myself or something, and it's the first time in a long time that I actually feel proud. My goal's not over, you know, that was a phase goal. My end result's not done, so I still have plenty of time to make it up.
All right, Robert, 90 days ago, when you stepped on the scale, you weighed in at 381 pounds. So that means in order for the two of you to hit your goal, you need to lose 103 pounds here.
You got it.
So, we're looking for 278 on the scale. You ready?
Yeah, you got it, bro.
Step on the scale.
When I saw Raymond lost 97 pounds, it made me nervous because everything we've done since we've been here has been identical almost in our weight loss and everything, so it made me think that my weight was probably pretty close to where he was. I don't want us to go home failures.
Robert, in order for the two of you to hit your goal, you need to lose 103 pounds. So, we're looking for 278 on the scale.
You got it, bro. As I'm standing on the scale and I know I have to lose 103 pounds, I was really nervous, but I was sweating bullets for sure.
What? No way! Yeah, dude! Great job!
Dude, pick it up, dude.
You guys are killing it. Just keep doing what you're doing. Because together, over the last 90 days, the two of you lost 205 pounds.
I'm just proud of you and thanks for sticking with me and helping me out. You know I'll be back, dude. Love you, man. Love you too. The best thing about boot camp was not losing the weight. It's to see Robert feeling so much more confident in himself and not just existing, but being alive now. That's so much more important to me, to see him happy.
Look at what you guys conquered. I threw a huge challenge out at the two of you, and you rocked it. And then some.
Now that I've seen that we beat our goal by 5 pounds, I feel like we're going to go home champions.
Well done, gentlemen. The twins have proven how well they work together. But now the real challenge begins. You got 90 days under your belt. You learned a lot here.
Yeah.
So now it's time to go home. You guys hit your goal. You did great. Now at the end of phase 2, we've got a whole new goal for you. I want to see the two of you under 225 pounds. Because at the end of these 3 months, at the 6-month mark, you guys are going to be shooting hoops with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yes, dude. Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Oh, man, that's freaking awesome. I've played basketball my whole life, and we're going to be on the court with my favorite team since I was little, and it's going to be one of the best moments of my life.
A lot is going to happen in Los Angeles. I figured while you're there for your milestone, there's also somebody else in Los Angeles that's pretty important in your life. I'm not saying he's important to you, but he is important in your life. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, our dad.
Yeah. Your transformation is not going to be complete until you talk to him.
Whether it has a positive outcome or a negative outcome, it's something that we need to get off our chest, because it has held us back.
The challenges you're about to face in the next 3 months, they are truly the crucible that will form your character. So go home, see your family, see your friends, and show them what you've done. Share with them everything that you've learned here. But one of you is not going to be staying there long. One of you is going to be staying in Missouri. The other one's going to be coming to Arizona to spend some time with me and Heidi for phase 2. The two of you, you've done everything together. And you've proven that you can conquer anything together. But it's also really important that you learn to grow as an individual.
We've never been able to do that before. We wanted to. I'm nervous about it. Anything that we've had trouble with or I've struggled with, I've always had him. We've done everything together, so it made me nervous to know how I could do with Raymond not by my side the whole way. He's just so used to doing everything together. I think it's a good idea to do something separate.
I'm so proud of you.
A little proud of ourselves for once. Yeah.
Good. Well, guys, go home. Think about which one is going to be coming back to Arizona, all right?
Okay. All right, Chris.
So proud of you.
Thanks, man.
Raymond and Robert learned from an early age to lean on each other for survival. And that kind of deep, embedded programming, it hasn't changed at all. But now the real challenge begins. And for the next 90 days, we're going to split them apart.
Going home feels awesome. I'm excited. I can't wait. Super pumped, dude. Boot camp was fun, but I'm ready to get back into the groove of things at home.
I'm just nervous mainly about how people are going to see how we look, you know? Like
If
if
they
we look,
notice.
yeah.
Let's do this.
I'm beyond excited to see my brothers. I can't wait to see what they look like.
When the boys walked through the door, they looked so amazing. It took me a minute to tell which one was which.
When my brothers walked through that door, I was beyond proud. I was beyond happy. They looked amazing.
To have all this support in our town, it's amazing to know that they're behind us as much as they are. I want to say thank you for everyone coming out here today, because this is huge for us. It's just really awesome to see all you guys here and to know that we have all you guys standing behind us. So thank you guys, and we love you guys. I feel like I'm not the same person. Before, I was always in the back, and I was trying to hide from people, and now I feel like I just want to be in the front, and I want to inspire other people to do this. Well, we've been at boot camp for 90 days. Chris gave us a goal of 200 pounds to lose, and we have total lost 205 pounds. Seeing the reactions from the crowd is awesome. Just the energy that we had there, the support and the love that was in the room. It felt good. It felt awesome to see them so proud of us. It's a whole new journey for us, and we're changing everything. Phase 2 starts today. I'm ready to see how Phase 2 goes. This is where we're going to find out if we can really do this on our own.
Are you glad to be home?
Freaking pumped, babe. Getting home was awesome. I ain't seen my little dog in I don't know how long.
Oh, did I poke it in?
It felt like it was a brand new place. I mean, I even felt like it looked nicer. It's a trailer, man.
Phase 2 has officially begun. We got it. We'll rest for a minute, but we got to get back to it.
I'm ready for you to show me all your exercises and all that good stuff.
Chris wants one of us to go to Arizona for a little while. He gave us a choice that we can pick.
Well, have you guys discussed it at all? Because, like, you just got home. I haven't seen you in 3 months, so...
I think we've discussed that Robert's going to go to Arizona and I'm going to stay.
I'm ready to do it.
It made me kind of mad that I had to leave and that I can't enjoy this and to have this experience with them, that I have to do it somewhere else. It really does suck. I love my family, and having all the love that they give us, it sucks to not have that with me and that I have to leave that right away. We discussed that Robert's going to go to Arizona and I'm going to stay for Phase 2.
Do you want to do that?
Like, it's different, you know. It's weird because, like, we've always done everything together, but, you know, it's going to be for the best. My mom and my sisters really, they didn't want nothing to do with it. They thought we should just not even do it. Another thing Chris wants us to do for Phase 2 is we'll have to meet our dad.
We need to talk to him and confront him about what he did to all of us. This is our time to let him know what he did wrong. It's about us confronting him and what he did to us. He can't hurt us no more.
I don't think he deserves the satisfaction to see you guys. I really don't. I love you guys, and I don't want him to have anything to do with us. He's nothing. You guys are, like, beyond amazing.
It was hard to see them get upset like that. We were doing something that they weren't comfortable with, and it made me just not want to even do it. Chris called Robert today and told him that it was time to go to Arizona. All right, guys. We're getting out of here. It's hard to say bye to him because he knows what I'm going through and how I feel and all this stuff, so it's tough to have the only person that knows what I'm doing leave. I'll see you in 3 months, dude. Kick butt, dude. All right, do awesome. I'll do the same here.
Hi, Rob.
Still better, wasn't it?
You're good.
It sucked, you know. I didn't want to have to leave right after just being home. But, you know, at the same time, this whole year is about living outside of our comfort zone. We've never been separated before, but I trust Chris, and I feel like he knows what he's doing, so I feel like it's a good decision. Since Robert's been at Chris's house, I've been pretty much doing all the same things that I've done when Robert was here, too. Playing ping pong, playing air hockey, shooting hoops. I'm still dominating just like I always did before.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm still having a blast out here, and I'm sure Robert's just having tons of fun out in Arizona.
Oh, yeah, just sitting here flexing with Mr. Cash Pal here. Just over here working out. Didn't we just get done working out?
Yeah.
Yeah, just crushed it, didn't we?
Crushed it? Yes.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Since Robert's been gone, me and Whitney have been working out together, and now Whitney goes running with me. We do circuit training together. We lift weights together, and she's also been my partner on the basketball court. Just, you know, taking Robert's place is what she was doing. And it's been good. Kind of feeling like I'm falling back into some old habits. I found myself getting really bored here in Arizona. You know, we get done with our workouts pretty early, and then I don't have, you know, Raymond here. It just feels like I don't have nothing to do. And, you know, I found myself just thinking about, when's my next meal? When do I eat again? And I've had a couple of days where I struggled with that, and then I would just come down and I'd, you know, eat something, and it was because I was bored. Weight loss in phase 2 has definitely slowed down because after boot camp and I come home, you know, I'm 100% responsible for what I do, what I eat, what I cook, where I go, how hard I work out. I'm 100% responsible for it. And I kind of let go of that when I got home from boot camp, and it was definitely an eye-opener.
The last couple months in Arizona with Robert, they've been great, and he pushes himself in the workouts, but at the same time, he just doesn't feel like the Robert that I got to know in boot camp. He's not as happy. This is the longest that Robert has ever gone without Raymond. And I can tell he misses his brother. It's like a piece of himself is missing. So I'm here in Arizona with Robert, and we're waiting for Raymond for their 6-month weigh-in. You know, I'm just hoping that Raymond had a better time with phase 2 than Robert did. How excited are you to see Raymond?
I'm excited to see him. It's been too long.
3 months without him.
Yeah.
And you guys have never done that your whole life.
No, this is the first time we've been away for anything, really. So I'm excited to see him.
I got a surprise for you. He's here right now.
Okay.
Hey, Ray, come on down.
Yeah, you look good, dude. What's up, dude? You look great, dude. I almost didn't even recognize you. I don't recognize you, man. I knew I would miss my brother, but I didn't think I'd miss him that much. It was only 3 months, but when it came down to it, it was a lot harder than I expected it to be. I miss you for sure, man. I know, it's been a long time. It's been hard, too, for sure. I've struggled a little bit without you there. I miss you a lot. I know, it's been hard.
Look, Raymond, I don't know what it was like back home, but the one thing I do know is that phase 2 is never easy for anybody, especially when they're all alone. You guys have a connection deeper than almost anybody can really understand. So let's just see what happened over the last 3 months, okay? Raymond, you want to go first?
Yeah. I know I'm not where I need to be. I don't want to make a bunch of excuses. I just know that my mind wasn't in the right place when it should have been.
Raymond, 3 months ago, when you stepped on the scale, you weighed in at 281 pounds. And I gave you the goal to lose 56 pounds over the last 3 months. So tonight, when you step on the scale, if it says 225 pounds or less, you hit your goal. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and step on the scale.
I was embarrassed to get on that scale because I didn't want to let Chris down. I feel like I have because I know I'm not at my goal. I know I'm not.
I'm ashamed of that number. I felt like I was giving it more than I think I was.
You didn't hit your goal. You're 30 pounds shy. But I'm not going to sit here and beat you up about it because you're beating yourself up enough. I get it. You struggled.
In a way, it's kind of my fault, too, because we've always done everything together and struggled together, and I wasn't there to help him.
The weight was not coming off in Arizona like I wanted to, and Robert was having such a difficult time emotionally and mentally. So I can only imagine what Raymond has gone through. That's what I did.
I wanted you guys to be proud of me, and I feel like I failed.
But you didn't.
Just wanted to get into phase 3 and do better because I know I can do better. I can give it more.
If I would have just focused a little bit more on myself this last phase, then I probably could have at least got closer to my goal. But I kind of took it easy because I got comfortable, I think, a little bit.
All right, Robert, 3 months ago, when you stepped on the scale, you weighed in at 273 pounds. I gave you the goal to lose 48 pounds over the last 3 months. So tonight, when you step on the scale that says 225 pounds or less, you hit your phase 2 goal.
I know my nutrition hasn't been on point. Every week, I struggle with that. So I'm nervous to get on the scale because I'm not really sure where I'm at either.
You lost 30 pounds.
It was hard for me, not having Raymond with me. I miss being home. This is my first time ever really being away from my family. I would normally go to Raymond and he would help me and push me through if I felt hungry or something and I knew I shouldn't eat. He was always there to, don't do it. And
so when you were missing Raymond, would you eat beyond what you're supposed to be eating?
Sometimes I would, yeah.
The two of you need each other. You love each other, and you thrive that much more when you're together. I'll be honest. I thought that separating the twins would actually make them stronger independently. But that experiment kind of failed. The twins, they've got this codependent relationship, but codependency for them isn't enabling. It's survival. And for the twins, it works. Raymond and Robert are actually better together. Guys, we still have 6 more months, all right? You just took your shirts off in front of me. And I hear it from you all the time, and that skin is bothering you.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there's only one way to get rid of it, and that's gonna be with skin surgery. So we're aiming for 40%, at least, just to get you in through those doors. So, take all the work that you did over the last 3 months, and double it. Because now they can complement each other, now they can teach each other and coach each other through the next 3 months. And I have a feeling we're about to see an incredible comeback. Phase 3 begins, gentlemen. Phase 3 begins. It's go time. Coming up, 2 of you are about to meet the LA Lakers.
We're gonna meet them, baby.
Woo! And later, I tracked your dad down, and and we're actually in his neighborhood right now. In the first hour of extreme weight loss, Chris chose twin brothers, Robert and Raymond, for the transformation of their lives. I get two of you this time. As a team, they lost an astonishing 205 pounds at boot camp. Great job! But separating for phase 2 was the real challenge.
Kind of feeling like I'm falling back into some old habits.
It's like a piece of himself is missing. In the second hour, Chris helps the twins rebound from an emotional weigh-in.
I feel like I failed.
With an assist from Kobe Bryant.
Hey, where you guys going, man?
What's up, Kobe?
And the Los Angeles Lakers.
We figured we play a little ball.
And Robert and Raymond finally faced the father who abandoned them.
Men make babies and take care of them.
All leading up to a double weigh-in you'll have to see to believe. So, we're here in Los Angeles for the Twins' 6th milestone. Two of you are about to meet the LA Lakers.
We're gonna meet them, baby. Woo! I can't freaking wait. Hey, I know I was talking a lot of trash to them about how I was gonna beat Kobe and stuff, so let's not mention that to him.
Even though they didn't hit their goals, I told Robert and Raymond that they were going to meet the Lakers. I'm a promise keeper, and I must come through on my word.
Welcome to our Lakers home.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we get to the facility, and we're greeted by none other than the world-famous Laker girls. Should we throw a hip out like that just a little bit?
Oh my gosh. Jeannie Buss walks in, and it's freaking owner of the Lakers.
Hi, I'm Jeannie Buss, and I'm going to be your tour guide today.
It was amazing that she came out and took time out of her life to do that for us, and we were more than excited to be able to walk around the facility with her.
Are you both Laker fans,
Yeah.
or is one more than the other?
I don't think so. I think it was pretty even.
It was an amazing tour top to bottom. We were walking through the halls, seeing pictures of all of the greats, just the history of this franchise. It was one of those moments when you're surrounded by greatness, and you could feel it.
I like to call this the trophy room, and that I just happen to have a desk in here.
I love like all the flashy diamonds and stuff, so I loved seeing the rings. And also when we were standing in front of all their trophies and looking down and watching Kobe and the Lakers practice, it was really sweet too.
I want to take you into the Lakers locker room. This is our home.
This
Welcome.
is amazing. No one gets to be in our locker room, and they opened the whole facility up to me and Robert, and they made us feel at home. Our names are on these ones. Is that ours? Nuh-uh. That's freaking amazing.
This is sweet, man. This stuff don't happen to us.
Can I see it? Can I look at it?
Yeah.
That's Jeannie.
To have someone as big as her be impressed with us, it just makes us want to work harder and really impress them by hitting our goal weights.
Now that you got the jerseys on, you know what you got to do, right?
Get some practicing.
Let's get out there.
All right.
When Raymond and Robert were growing up with nothing, the only thing that kept them going was when they were out there on the basketball court pretending that they were one of the Los Angeles Lakers. And here they are today, actually being invited into the family. Talk about making dreams come true.
Dude, this is it.
It's awesome, dude.
Oh my.
Like, I don't even know what to say right now. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
enjoy.
I know.
So I'm sitting there with Raymond and Robert watching practice with Jeannie Buss.
We're like in the Jack Nicholson seat.
Oh my God, yeah, seriously, right? Steve Nash walks in and just sparks up a conversation with us.
How are you guys doing?
Oh, great, dude. Yeah, this is awesome, man.
Well, you guys are really welcome here.
Thank you.
Great to meet you. Really inspiring.
How crazy is that? And of course the boys, they're freaking out. They're watching Kobe, they're watching Coach Byron Scott, coaching them on the sidelines. It really was a dream come true for the boys.
This is awesome, dude. Practice is over, we're just sitting there talking. Byron Scott and James Worthy came up, and they introduced themselves.
But since you're here, and James and myself are, pretty good basketball players back in our day. He was a real good one. We figured we play a little ball a little bit, just have some fun.
I was like, yeah, dude, let's do it, man.
1, 2, 3, Lakers!
They're actually playing basketball with Byron Scott and James Worthy. And of all people, on the sidelines watching, is the other legend, AC Green.
Hey, look, you need a sub?
Don't miss, Raymond. Come on.
Who are you talking to, man? I'm talking to.
It was so awesome to see them back together again. I mean, like, these two boys, they're so competitive with each other, but in the most wonderful way. They push each other to be better. So whenever Raymond banks a shot, Robert banks a shot. They're trash talking, just having a good time. What an incredible day.
It was a dream come true for sure.
Well, let's call it a day.
All right.
All right.
Let's do it.
Hey, where you guys going, man? You cannot come here and not shout me out, man. What's going on? Huh?
It's Kobe, babe. I saw him there throughout the whole day. Like, I really wanted to talk to him, but deep down I didn't know for sure if we were going to be able to.
See all those championship trophies?
Oh, yeah. We were standing up there watching you guys play.
It's a lot of work, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. No different than what you guys have done, though. No
We're
different.
trying.
Same philosophy.
Yep.
Every single day.
can't think about the end goal. You just got to think about Monday. Think about Tuesday.
Yeah.
Everybody has Mount Everest. And if you to look at Mount Everest and say, I want to climb that thing, it's scary. But when you can break it up and just think about one day at a time, then all of a sudden you get to the top of the mountain and you realize you're at the top of the mountain. I was laying in bed after like the second day of training camp, and just having the covers on my legs hurt. Just the covers. It's just like, don't move.
First week of boot camp.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I wanted to get out of bed.
Yeah. You can't. Like, you physically can't get out of bed because you're just hurting so much, you know? It's crazy. And we've all had those moments. Eventually, it's going to go away.
You pick yourself back up and you just keep going.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just having Kobe talk to us was more than we could have asked for.
It helps us a lot for someone like you to take time to see us. Now we know we can't go home and slack off, you know what I mean?
Can't let you guys down. You guys can't let me down.
Yeah.
We got a journey to finish.
Yes, sir. I rank this whole Lakers experience up there with the day Chris showed up and picked us to be on this show. Being here today was one of the best days of my life.
Before the boys leave Los Angeles, there's one more thing that they must do to move forward in their transformation. Now, obviously, we are in Los Angeles for a reason. And you guys know who else is in Los Angeles, though, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you straight up right now, I tracked your dad down. And we're actually in his neighborhood right now.
Are you gonna go in there with us?
No. This isn't my journey. You know, this is for the two of you.
When he left us, if me and my brother didn't do what we did, you know, my whole family could have been split up.
You don't have to do this. But if you want to transform, if you want to move on with your life, this is something that you need to do.
Me and my brother could have been split up. I don't know. To be honest, I don't even feel like I want to do it anymore.
We are in Los Angeles, and this is where the boy's father lives. This is the man that abandoned them when they were young, and they harbor so much resentment and so many feelings toward him, they need to unload. And now's the time. You can walk in there, you can say whatever you need to say, and it can be over with for the rest of your life. Or I can take you guys back to the airport, and it'll haunt you until you do finally close that chapter of your life.
I didn't want to do it, and Chris told us we didn't have to if we didn't want to, that he could turn around and leave and take us back.
You got this, all right?
But, you know, I made a promise this year that I wanted to confront him. It came a lot faster than I thought. I just didn't know what I was going to say. When he walked up to the door and knocked on it, I was shaking real bad.
My babies.
My dad answered the door, and he gave me a hug, and I didn't hug him back, because, I mean, after that many years, I just didn't think he was going to even try to hug me.
I don't want to hug you right now, man.
I was pissed. I didn't want to hug him because, you know, he's just a stranger.
I've heard nothing but great stuff about you guys. I want to know why you left us. Where were you when we didn't have nowhere to live, when we were living in our cars. We missed our childhood because we were taking care of our family, and we were working and paying our bills and doing everything that you should have been doing for us.
I couldn't live on my own out there.
Neither could we. We was living in our car.
I understand that.
You didn't have to completely abandon us.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely
right. And we needed you
to be there for us, with us, whether you may not have been able to live in the state. Okay, that's understandable. Sometimes you got to go places where you can make it. I understand that, but you didn't have to leave.
You're absolutely right. I did not have to leave, or I did not have to abandon you completely. I wasn't a perfect father. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you I was a perfect father, because I'm not. I'm not that guy. It's almost impossible to be a father.
What you did to us was 100% unacceptable. When you say that it was almost impossible, it was not almost impossible. Me and Robert did it as babies.
But you dropped the ball when it came to
right.
your responsibilities. Men make babies and take care of them. We raised your kids. We did it. We paid their bills. We made sure they went to school every day. We got them through everything they needed. We needed you to be there with us. We needed you to be there for us. We needed you to take care of us. We didn't have that. We went from kids to adults. We didn't have a childhood, and we struggled, and we struggled, and we struggled, and we didn't have nothing. I wanted to come here and be so mean to you, but that's not who we are. We were taught to respect people no matter what, and we were taught to confront the bad things in our lives. I need closure.
I dropped the ball. I dropped the ball. Now we have to do something to definitely make this right. I don't know what that is, but we can start with some kind of relationship.
We forgive what you did, and we still love you. We always did. We never stopped loving you.
But this is something that we need to close from our past. We need to stop holding on to that hatred that's holding us back. Thank you for that. And I owe you nothing but apologies. And I owe you a whole life. Robert and Raymond, I love you, babies. I love you with all my heart. I miss you. I need you in my life. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try from here on out. We're gonna make things right, if you let me. You got me? But there's no pressure. There's no urgency. We can take this one day at a time. One day at a time.
Come on, let's go. Keep pushing it, man. We got big numbers hitting this face. Come on.
Being back in phase 3 with my brother has been awesome. We push each other in a way that I can't even tell you. Like, we don't even have to say something to each other, and we already know what we should be doing. I don't feel like I want to slack off or slow down when he's around.
So just got back from the gym, and there's a weird person right behind me. I don't know what he's up to, but I'm just showing him the ropes, teaching him how things are done. I'm definitely the one training him. He would be lost if I wasn't here making him work out with me. That's a joke, man. Straight up Trump.
This year is about living out of our comfort zone, doing things that we never thought we would do. And I feel like confronting our dad.
We never looked back. When I got home with Raymond, it really felt like I was back in the zone. Like, me and him together, feels like we can conquer the world. Walking in the Anschutz this time, opposed to the last time, I walked in with a lot more confidence. I belonged there. I wasn't embarrassed. I walked in with my head up, and I felt awesome.
What's up, Chris?
You gotta be kidding me. Oh my gosh.
What's up, man?
Wow. When Raymond and Robert walked through those doors, mind blown. What a difference. Both of you.
I knew I had a lot of catching up to. I had to really reset my mind. I knew I was going to really have to kick it into gear if I was going to even come close.
Yeah. So you had a great coach.
I did. Oh my gosh. Once you said that, he likes to pretend like he was seriously the coach. He's only 1 minute older, I don't have to listen to him.
I've been doing transformation for a long time. That's probably the craziest transformation I've seen in 3 months. I think that I've ever seen.
And I think with meeting our dad, we got home and it just released all that, still that anger and hate we had towards him. It really opened us up.
I feel like it turned from like anger and hatred to like passion towards something that we really wanted.
So awesome, you two.
Thanks,
so
dude.
Freaking awesome. I mean, talk about transformation. These two twins need each other. Working together, it ensured their survival for years. And now here they are going through a whole new journey of survival. And the proof is there. That when they're together, they thrive, they help each other, they compete with each other, not against each other, and they push each other to limits beyond imagination. And that's exactly what they're doing now. I want more than anything to be able to take you in to see that skin surgeon. He's not going to see you if you're anything less than 40% of your original body weight. So that's the ticket to get in. All right, Raymond. 3 months ago when you stepped on the scale, you weighed in at 255 pounds. So tonight, when you step on the scale that says 227 pounds or less, you hit that goal, go ahead and step up on the scale. You're going to see the doctor. You got 290? Dude! Well done! Oh my gosh! All I needed was 227. Good job. What's going on, man?
I just know how hard I worked this phase.
You lost 26 pounds in phase 2. You turned around and lost 36 pounds in phase 3. And each and every one of these pounds is twice as hard as those other pounds. I mean, the bigger you are, the easier it is to lose. I cannot wait to walk into that doctor's office tomorrow.
I can't either. Thank you.
The question remains, am I going to walk you in with your brother?
Hope so.
You ready to find out?
Yeah.
All right, Robert. 3 months ago, when you stepped on the scale, you weighed in at 243 pounds. So tonight, when you step on the scale that says 229 pounds or less, you hit your goal. Step up on the scale.
If Raymond qualifies for surgery and I don't know what I would do. It scares me to even think that I wouldn't qualify and he would.
Get ready, buddy.
Yeah.
You know what it's here. Oh my gosh.
Boom. Oh man.
Awesome, dude.
You beat your goal by 20 pounds.
Awesome, dude. Good job.
Look, all I wanted was at least 229.
Oh, man.
You gave me 229 and a whole lot more.
I knew he was going to do good. I knew he would. I can't remember last time I was 209, you know. I could probably wear your shirt, you know, and get out of this big one.
I'll bet you could. As a matter of fact, why don't you? It's yours.
Okay. I'll wear it.
In fact, wear it to the doctor's tomorrow.
Sounds good.
All right?
Awesome.
All right, guys, get out of here.
Let's go. You might have to let Robert borrow your abs in this one, too. Come on, I'll get him. I'll get him one day.
Today's the day I'm taking the twins to go see Dr. Mathis for the skin surgery consultation. Dude, I'm loving this shirt, man.
Thank you.
Hello, guys.
Hey, Doc.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Dr. David Mathis. I'm a professor of plastic surgery at the University of Colorado and the chief of the division. Clearly, you have a lot of extra skin.
I was nervous because in my eyes, I still see, you know, a big guy. I still see a lot of fat, I guess.
When you started, you were at 56% fat, body fat, and now you're down to 17%.
Oh, no way. 17%. I mean, you really don't even have that much more fat to lose.
Yeah. You actually have no fat to lose, and I think you're an excellent candidate for the surgery.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Also, knowing that this is just skin and that I don't have a whole lot of fat anymore was really exciting. And like, I'm not even that much more different from Chris if you really look at him. Like, I'm sitting here wearing his shirt right now.
And how was your process for losing weight?
I did have plantar fasciitis for 4 or 5 months, I
Yeah,
think.
for a while.
Yeah, all of boot camp for sure.
Slowed you down a little bit.
Yeah, I was off my feet for a little while. I'm super nervous, just really anxious to find out. Like, in my head, I'm still playing out. Robert gets it, I don't.
You started at 53%. Looking at it,
I feel like Robert's was easy. Like, they looked at him and said, "You're a perfect candidate." Me, I felt like, in my head, I feel like it just took forever for him to say.
So I still think you'd be a great candidate for surgery.
Oh, no way. But of course, yes way.
No, when I did finally hear him say it, it was relief because it told me what I've done for the last 9 months and primarily what I've done in the last 3 months, that it was enough to get me to where I needed to be.
All right, guys, let's get out of here.
Let's go.
Great job. Lead the way. Coming up, see how they look after 1 full year. Ladies and gentlemen, the new Raymond and Robert! Today's the day of Raymond and Robert's surgery, and their mom, Des, she came to town.
You healed them on the inside. And it shows in their faces when I seen them when I first got here. Their smiles are so much bigger and brighter. It's so awesome.
My mom being here is everything to me. I feel like she's came just as far as we have with changing her life. She's sitting there looking at us just proud as can be, and I'm looking back at her just proud as can be.
There they are.
Good.
You guys ready?
I think so. As ready as we'll ever be.
So proud of you.
Thank you, Chris.
I love you. This is something that Raymond and Robert deserve, and they're beginning a whole new chapter of their lives, and removing that reminder of who they used to be. And I couldn't be happier about it. See you, buddy.
See you
Bye,
later.
Robert. Bye, Raymond.
In 3 months at our finale, I know that we're going to be up there proud of how far we've come. Robert's definitely the only father figure that I needed. I'm glad that we were able to go through this together.
What's up, everybody? Who's ready to see Raymond and Robert? Well, I'll tell you, they're on their way here right now, and they do not look like that anymore. Oh my gosh. It's not just about how different they look, it's about how different they feel, because they've been through so much, they've evolved. They're so much more aware of who they really are now. When they're 13 years old, their house was raided, and mom was taken off to prison. She begged their estranged father to come back. He reluctantly comes out, spends about 3 weeks there, takes off. Now, here's these 2 twin boys, 13 years old. They've got 3 sisters. They didn't want to spend the rest of their lives in foster care. They didn't want to lose their sisters. They need to take care of them. So what do? They woke their sisters up every single day. They fed them. They were at school every single day on time. They picked up odd jobs here and there, mowing lawns, washing cars, doing whatever they could to make ends meet so they could pay the bills, so they could actually keep a roof over their heads. They pretended like nothing was wrong. They did this for years. When you're a kid and you deal with such financial and emotional burdens, you don't know how to handle those emotions. You don't know how to handle the ups and the downs, the frustrations and the fear that they were living with every single day. So they turned to food. Fast forward to just 1 year ago, Mom's back on her feet. The sisters are all grown, and they don't have the same financial burden anymore. They don't have the same emotional burden, but now they've got a whole new burden around their waist. You know, combined, they're almost 800 pounds. The thing that I admire the most about Raymond and Robert is that they've got this awesome little competition going between the two of them. It's not a bad kind of competition. They never want to see the other one fail. They compete against each other to help each other succeed. It's like this amazing sibling rivalry gone uncommonly right. You know, you take these two positively competitive individuals, you put them in boot camp together, and they just take off. But transformation isn't just about diet and exercise. You know, that journey within, for them, it was so much more than that. And that's why in phase 2, we actually separated them. You know, they spent their lives surviving together, and we wanted to see how they could grow individually. And we thought it would be good for them, but sure enough, when we separated them, they fell apart. You know, it's crazy. You put them together, they can thrive. They can handle absolutely anything. And you take them apart, they don't know what to do without each other. They survived, they made it through, and it gave them a whole new appreciation for each other. They came back together in phase 3, and they killed it. They did great. Yeah, it was the ultimate comeback. So with that being said, who's ready to see Raymond and Robert? All right, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the new Raymond and Robert! Please put your hands together for the new Raymond and Robert! You guys look great.
Thank you. I pictured this day over and over and over in my head before this. Like, I knew I would be here someday, you know, and just standing here, I feel a million times better than I could even imagine feeling today, so it's awesome being here. It's crazy every time I see those pictures of myself.
I did the same thing. I walked out here and I turned around, I was like, what? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Those were the Raymond and Robert that I met a year ago.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your trip to LA. Lakers rolled out the red carpet. You guys, you killed it. You definitely showed them some of your skills.
I'm pretty sure they almost signed me, but...
Yeah, they did. But of course, while you were in Los Angeles, that wasn't the only thing that you did. And that's when you confronted your father.
Well, we always went over it growing up, what we would want to say to him if we ever got a chance to. And I feel like we got everything out that we wanted to say to him on behalf of us and our sisters. That's all we needed, was to get it out. And then we was able to forgive and really forgive him and let go of all the anger and hate that we've always had for him, you know? So it was nice to be able to let all that go.
Yeah. Honestly, for me, that's when I saw the greatest change in the two of you. Yeah, you were losing weight, but once you let all that emotion go, you could finally be yourselves. It was like you were free, and there was just this like perpetual smile on your faces all the time, and nobody could wipe it off. So now, of course, the two of you were competing against each other all year. Robert, you've done pretty well this journey.
Yeah.
You were the front runner through the first 9 months. Now, Raymond, through some healthy trash talking, at the 9-month mark, I remember you said, this is your phase.
I did say that. I think I was trash talking to try to throw him off. It didn't work. It didn't work as good as I planned on it.
So,
He's a little older than me, so I just gave it to him.
Okay. Well, you never know, Raymond. Tonight might be your night. You guys want to find out? All right, let's get you on the scale, homie. Here we go, moment of truth. All right, Raymond, when your journey began 1 year ago, you stepped on the scale weighing in at 378 pounds. Take your final step onto the scale.
I'm ashamed of that number.
I don't even like to go places because I feel like people just stare at me. It's just not who I want to be.
Baby, you don't look bad. You don't look bad. Don't ever think like that, please.
I feel like I failed.
You didn't.
Everybody has a Mount Everest. It's a lot of work, man. And just think about one day at a time. And all of a sudden you get to the top of the mountain and you realize you're at the top of the mountain.
In 1 year, you lost 165 pounds.
Thank you.
Great job, my man.
Appreciate it.
Robert, you're up, buddy.
All right.
All right, so here we go. The competition continues.
Guess I have to show them up one more time.
So, Robert, when you began your journey this year, you stepped on the scale weighing in at 381 pounds. When you step on the scale tonight, it must say 221 pounds or less. Are you ready?
Yep.
Are you guys ready? All right, Robert. Here we go. Take your final step onto the scale. Everybody's left you. Your dad, your mom. You gotta come through for your brother now. Don't let him down. The two of you, you've done everything together. But it's also really important that you learn to grow as an individual.
We forgive what you did, and we still love you. We always did. We never stopped loving you. But this is something that we need to close. We need to stop holding on to that hatred that's holding us back.
Robert, when you began your journey this year, you stepped on the scale weighing in at 381 pounds. For you to actually beat the percentage of weight lost by Raymond, when you step on the scale tonight, it must say 221 pounds or less. You guys ready? All right, Robert. Here we go. Go ahead and take your final step onto the scale. Raymond, join me here. Robert. What do you have to say for yourself, young man?
I mean, I was born first, you know. I hit my goals first. I mean, he's right there with me, but I always got him beat. I led him. I told you guys that from the beginning.
Yep, this is true. Robert, you lost 177 pounds in a year. The two of you combined lost 342 pounds.
Shoot.
So, now that this chapter of your life is over and you're beginning a new chapter, I want to give the two of you the opportunity to pay it forward. Right here is a 1-week scholarship to Destination Boot Camp at the Anschutz Health and Wellness Center to give that same chance to somebody that you feel is ready to take that step. So I'm going to hand this over to you. I don't know who wants to grab it.
I'm number one, so I'll take it. We've thought about him. This person's always been there supporting us and always had our back no matter what. And, she's overcome a lot of stuff in her life, yeah. And we wanted to give this to our mom.
And my boys chose me for Extreme Weight Loss Destination Boot Camp. I just hope I can make them as proud of me as I am of them. They're my inspiration. They always have been.
The new Raymond and Robert.
They look amazing. That's the only word to describe them. I knew they were going to do it. Just their mindset and their personality.
I was really proud of them.
Well, you guys, Monette, Missouri will be proud.
Thank you.
Pride and progress.
When you came in surprise, I couldn't imagine sitting right here, you know. You gave me the confidence that I needed. You gave me the strength that I needed, and, you know, you really did save my life. We've had people in and out of our lives, our whole lives, and it was always hard for us to, like, trust men. I feel you were for sure the first male in our lives that were a positive role model. Even when we struggled, you know, you didn't walk out on us, and no matter what, you always was there for us.
You both deserve this opportunity more than anybody. And I'm just so glad that you took it and you ran with it.
We've been through so much stuff in our life, and we've never asked for help from anyone, and this is one thing we can't figure out. At the end of this, I want to tell them that I'm proud of them. That we could have done it the whole time. We want to tell each other that we're proud of each other for pushing through everything and just making it.
Well, I just want to say thank you for sticking with me this whole time, and we've been through a lot of hard stuff, especially this year, and I'm proud of you, and thank you for keeping me accountable. Proud of you too, man.
Peace.